Brenden Slaughter, Keenan Puncocher here for BeaversEdge.com, live from Husky Stadium in Seattle. Oregon State fell to Washington 42-23 today. There were a lot of ebbs and flows in this game, moments where Oregon State looked really good, moments when they looked really, really bad, but they fought all the way to the end. What do you make of the game?
Well, I think you said it perfectly right, that they fought through the entire game. They played all four quarters. We saw that even into the fourth quarter, even into the third quarter when it looked like the game was out of hand. Beavers were there. We saw a blocked punt. We saw an onside kick recovered by David Morris. There were a lot of different things to like today, not only I think on offense, but defense and special teams. So while they didn't win, we saw in the post-game the team members, they aren't necessarily distraught. They're not super upset with themselves because I think Coach Smith said, you guys played pretty well on the road in this environment against his former team. They played and they competed pretty well. And like you said, they didn't give up.
No, and I think that's the most important part of this is, Oregon State fans, it's been a long road this season, right? They fall to 2-9 now with just one game remaining. And, you think back to the last rebuilding phase, obviously in the Anderson era, but, it took Oregon State until year 2 to be competitive with good teams. You're seeing Oregon State be competitive year 1 under Jonathan Smith, and you're seeing a lot of great football. It's just not, they don't have enough depth and enough talent yet to be competitive with a top team like Washington.
I agree. And then you see a day like today, you allow Washington 28 points in the first quarter. It's almost impossible to come back from any deficit, let alone one that big in college football. And, so we saw what you said, Jake Luton improving. We see the offense, it's getting better. It almost seems like every game there's a new play or something smart that Smith and coaches are coming up with. Defense, we heard it from Key Wetzel today. It's there, it's close, but they just haven't gone the entire 4 quarters, and especially starting out early. You use that phrase, shooting yourself in the foot. It's kind of true, because when you get down that big on the road against the Huskies, especially in the first quarter, you're not going to win.
Well, again, Oregon State falls today 42-23. Looking ahead, Civil War next Friday in Reser Stadium, 1 o'clock. Day after Thanksgiving. Oregon State comes in, like I said, with that 2-9 record. But this rivalry game, everything goes out the window in Reser Stadium. Last time, Oregon State beat the Ducks.
Yeah, and we find it ironic because I heard Coach Smith say today that this game wasn't really big of a deal to him. He didn't act like it was any different. I don't know if I really believe him. Obviously, he has a lot of history here. But regardless of what he says today, we know next week means a lot as a Beaver. Because as a Beaver, we know every week, or every year, you're going to play the Ducks. You know when it's going to be. It's early this season. It's right after Thanksgiving. It's going to be during the day. I bet there's a lot of stakes in that game.
All right, well, this is Brenden Slaughter, Keenan Puncocher, wrapping up from Husky Stadium in Seattle. Oregon State falls 42-23. Stay tuned to BeaversEdge.com for all of our post-game coverage. And look out for that Civil War next Friday in Reser Stadium.